My pranams to Dr. Pitamaha Brahmarshi Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji Mata. Dear friends, let me extend my wishes to all the communities who are celebrating New Year's. Sri Plavanama, Ugadi Subhakangshalu, to all my Telugu audience, and Iniya, Tamil Puttandu Valthukal, to all my Tamil audience here, and also wish you Ashamshagal to all my Malayali audience here. Dear friends, dear masters, dear gods of India and Malaysia, a warm welcome to today's platform on the topic of science of vegetarianism. So for this, we've invited a very senior master, Dr. P.V. Sharma from India. Masters, he is an agriculture graduate and did his PhD in entomology from the University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore, Karnataka. He served as an agricultural research scientist for about 25 years in the Agriculture University in the area of tea research stations and a couple of multinational agri-chemical companies, and finally took VRS from Rowan Folland Agrochemicals India during the year 2000. After retirement, he worked for about 2 crop seasons as a consultant in Bayer, India, and thereafter went to USA 5 times to visit his daughter. It was in the year 2004 that Dr. V.B. Sharma met Brahmarshi Patriji for the first time in a giant temple in Vidrachalam, New Jersey, USA. When he introduced himself and told that he too came from Hyderabad, Patriji said, "See, what a surprise. We both being from the same place, coming here to meet." After the meditation class, Patriji requested him to meet him in Hyderabad soon after returning to India. In the year 2004, after his return, he met Patriji in the Spiritual India office in Mehedipatnam, Hyderabad, and Patriji generously offered him an opportunity to serve PSSM as an editor for the bi-monthly English magazine Spiritual India, and subsequently during the year 2010, Spiritual Science. So far, 9 volumes of Spiritual Science and 15 volumes of Spiritual India magazines have been published. He is carrying his task with much pleasure under the spiritual guidance and encouragement from Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji. He has also been conducting meditation classes in educational institutes and making presentations at National Council of Spiritual Scientists workshops under IFSS that are being conducted time to time. He attends Dhyana Mahachakra annual celebrations without fail and take opportunities in vegetarian rallies and national seminars wherever they are being held. With his 15 years of spiritual experiences as editor and spiritual master in spiritual sciences movement, the New Age spiritual organization, he orientated himself toward spiritual scientific thinking and activities in his day-to-day life, masters. During the year 2016, he initiated Mission Shahakar and spreading vegetarianism in a spiritual-scientific manner by sharing globally available information on the concept of vegetarianism and ahimsa to masses in the form of articles, pamphlets, brochures, booklets, and videos in local language Telugu. Coordinate with other spiritual masters of repute that are heading New Age spiritual scientific organizations on topics like vegetarian movement. With this, I take great privilege and pleasure in inviting Dr. P.V. Sharma to share his wisdom on this subject of science of vegetarianism. Welcome, Doctor, to our platform. It's yours. The platform is yours now.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the good and lengthy introduction. Now, to all the pyramid masters, I'm very happy to be in front of you to discuss a topic on the science of vegetarianism. And for this topic, I restrict only on this science of vegetarianism, confining to the plant food and also its benefits. And we will restrict discussions on any other topics like the diet and the nutrition, because they are different field of science and they are being dealt by specialists like dietitians and also nutritionists. And this diet and nutrition is individualistic and also differs from place to place and person to person, and also it differs from on the age and also the gender. So we don't want to discuss about all those things. So we will confine our topic on the science of vegetarianism. While coming to the word vegetarian, the word vegetarian comes from the Latin word vegetus. Vegetus, which means full of vitality, vigor, and also cheer. That means that thing which gives health and wellness. So this is the definition of vegetarianism. And to attain this sort of vitality, vigor, and cheerfulness means health, we need to first of all know what is health. The World Health Organization, WHO, defines health. It's not the absence of disease condition. Health is the state of our physical, mental, intellectual, social, spiritual, and environmental well-being of human beings. So that is the health defined by WHO. We all know that mental health is also equally important like physical health, because 80% of the human diseases are psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means they start at the mind level, that means at thought and emotional level, and manifest at a later date in the physical body. So health is important in all these respects. It's not only physical. So while coming to the individual components of this science of vegetarianism, we'll have to tell about the first and foremost, the point or the benefit, that is prana. Prana, it is called in different names like chi and in different languages, but it is a life force which is present in the plant food only. Plant food like fruits, vegetables, sprouts, tubers, and all those things. Prana is present. That means it is living food. So that's why we have to take plant food. That means having prana. Anything that is taken which is not having prana, that means dead food, is not a really food. It is just a matter. So having said that, fruits, vegetables, all these fresh plant products, they have 80% of water. It's very important to know that our body also constitutes about 70% of water only. And the great scientist, Dr. Emoto, Masaru Emoto, he found out that water is alive. It responds to our thoughts and also our emotions. So as we said that 70% of our body is of water. So it is very important that we have to take food which is having prana. So food without prana is of very less use. It may have some nutritional benefits, but it is not the real food. While coming to the second very important aspect of the vegetarian or the plant food is, plant food has got the solar energy. That means energy coming from sun. We know that sunlight is having 7 colors that we see, Vibgaya. So all these 7 colors, they are 7 energy frequencies, energy vibrations. So plants extract or take the sunlight. So in the process, they also take the 7 colors, 7 energy vibrations. And that's why we see all the 7 colors reflecting in our vegetables, fruits, and also flowers, and so many other plant products. That means they are fully loaded with life as well as the energy vibrations, which are very much needed, because spiritually also, when we know that our subtle body is also having different chakras, having different colors and also vibrations. So having said that, the next most important materialistic aspect and benefit of plant food or the vegetarian food is, plant food is having chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, which is commonly known as the green pigment. It is the greatest item present on the earth, because of which plants are able to make food for themselves, and also they are making food for all the beings, animals, birds, humans, and all. So chlorophyll, as we just realized, it collects light, it collects energy from sun and converts that light energy into chemical energy. Because this is all great science which is being done by the plants, the process which is known as photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means they are making food. Only plants make food, nothing else on this earth. So rest all consumers, they take food, they eat food, whether it is herbivore or a human being or even birds. We all consumers, we eat food. We can't make food because of the basic component, that is chlorophyll. While coming to the individual benefits of having chlorophyll in our food, we know that all the leafy vegetables, they have plenty of chlorophyll, and most of the green vegetables like okra, cucurbits, they are all having chlorophyll, and green fruits in a green form, they also have chlorophyll, and wheat grass juice or barley grass juice, fresh juice, it also full of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, by say, it has got many benefits. It is a wonderful molecule. When it is taken in the form of food or drink, it encourages buildup of RBCs, red blood corpuscles in our body, and also it cleans the system. It is a detoxifies also. It removes the toxins from the blood, and chlorophyll heals our body very fast. So it helps in healing, post-operational or delivery. The chlorophyll, if it is present in daily food, it heals fast. Not only that, chlorophyll increases immunity in our body, which is the most important, very vital and needed for the day. Because we know what is immunity, and when we take chlorophyll in different forms, it increases our immunity levels. So this is in short about the most important component in the vegetarian food, that is chlorophyll, and also its benefits. While coming to the another benefit or the another important component present in the vegetarian food, that is the dietary fiber content in the food. Only plant food has got fiber, and fiber, it is available in two forms. One is the soluble form, soluble in water, and the second is insoluble in water. So both soluble and insoluble component of the dietary fiber helps a lot in our helping health, maintaining health. The soluble form of fiber is present in vegetables like okra, vendi, having some sticky substances like cucurbits, and also fruits like ficus, guava, and also several other important things. And this soluble form of diet, it reduces the sugar level in the blood, which is very important for patients, diabetic patients and all. It reduces sugar level, the soluble component of the dietary fiber. And secondly, it also reduces the cholesterol level in the blood. So great jobs to maintain our day-to-day health. And also it helps in reducing the obesity problem. Actually, obesity is the nature of the body, which is to be in limits. And also the soluble fiber reduces the body weight. So there are so many benefits of soluble fiber. While coming to the second important component, that is insoluble fiber, though it is insoluble and also it may not have high nutritional value because it is fiber, it's often called roughage, which is very important also in our food. And the foods what we take in our day-to-day life, the vegetables like beans having more fiber content, and also fruits like the banana, jackfruit or pomegranate, all the vegetables, they have fiber component. And the wheat, whole grain, and the pulses having the husk, more husk. So that's why we should take, which is the food which is having less polish, means the husk component should not be removed completely. It should not be polished and it should not be refined. So the fiber component is of great help to the human system, especially for the digestive system and the excretory system, because it cleans our intestines. The small intestines are well cleaned. The debris is removed very fast because of the insoluble fiber component. And also, it removes the constipation problem, which is a major component, major problem world over, especially in Western world, the constipation. And if we take the diet or the food which is having the fiber content, it helps a lot in tackling the constipation problem without any medicines. All these things we are taking only through the food component. And also the most important benefit, just like chlorophyll, the insoluble component also helps to increase the immunity in our system. You may be wondering how it is happening, because the insoluble component of the fiber, what we take as food, it becomes a food for the useful bacteria in our guts. We know that millions and billions of bacteria, useful bacteria, live in our gut, and it is very essential. They need to be fed, and the fiber component, insoluble fiber, becomes a food for them, and in turn It's like a symbiosis. They release the amino acids and also antioxidants necessary and release in our gut system, which are very helpful to build our immunity. So the two major components of the food, that is chlorophyll and also the dietary fiber, help a lot in improving our immunity, which is the most important in our day-to-day life, especially in this period where we are facing the pandemic, COVID-19 and all, and everybody should have immunity built in through food instead of going for the other alternative therapies, which may or may not be very functional. While coming to the next important component of the vegetarian food, that is the plant food, whether it is vegetables or fruits or sprouts or any other component, even in the solid form or liquid form, as fruit juices, all vegetable products or fruit products, they are alkaline in nature. Alkalinity is very important because all the foods are divided into two groups. All the plant products, vegetarian products are alkaline, while the other synthetic products are well refined products and also animal based products. They are all acidic form, including the soda, cool drink, milk, sugar. So many acidic products are there. So when we have to take mostly the alkaline based food, that is vegetarian food, that is the plant food, because we should know that the pH range, which is from 0 to 14, the midpoint is the 7. Anything below 7, it is acidic, went towards acidity. That means 6, 6.5, 5, 5.5, like that. They are highly acidic. The more lesser means highly acidic. So all diseases are due to acid problems. So many diseases are due to acid problem. And while coming to the alkalinity, the pH is above 7.0. That means 7.5, 7.8, like that. So alkaline based food, that means vegetarian food, is well preferred. We should take them because our blood is alkaline. Our blood pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So in between this 7.35 to 7.45, our body should maintain the alkaline pH, just like our body maintains a constant temperature, 98.6 Fahrenheit. So similarly, blood also should maintain alkalinity, and for which we should support our system, our digestive and circulatory and all these systems to remain in their respective alkaline or acid way, because in certain cases our stomach is acidic, stomach contains juices, whereas our saliva or this blood, they are all towards alkalinity. So doctors and specialists, they recommend a healthy ratio of 80 to 20. 80, we should take the vegetarian or the plant-based food, means vegetables, fruits and all, because we should maintain more alkalinity throughout the blood. And acid-based foods, that means be it soda, coffee, tea, or this sugar, all these refined products, well-refined products, and anything we take in our day-to-day life, they are all coming under acid foods. We have to limit them to 20% only. So if we maintain this healthy ratio of 80-20, then we'll remain in healthy conditions. So this is very important component, that is alkalinity. The food should be mostly alkaline, what we take in our day-to-day life. While coming to the next important component, that is the immunity. Immunity boosting food, that means plant food, vegetarian food. We should know first of all why we lose immunity. What are the reasons for reduced immunity? Three main reasons. Because of the increased level of pollution, what we are facing in our day-to-day life, our immunity comes down. And because of the lifestyle changes, what we have in our day-to-day life, that means our food habits, we're taking fast foods or refined foods, or taking some other synthetic preserved foods, and also change of lifestyle of sleeping and awake timings, and also the unhealthy food habits, means taking more acid foods, means our immunity levels will come down, and unhealthy junk foods or the refined foods or animal based foods, that also brings down the immunity levels. So these three factors are responsible for reduced immunity. So having said that, we should also know that the plant food or the food what we take as vegetables, fruits and sprouts, that will increase the immunity levels because of, again, three major components present in our plant food or this vegetarian food. That means so many vitamins are present, right from vitamin A, B complex, vitamin C, which is very important for building up resistance, vitamin E, and also vitamin K. These are all available in different fruits, different vegetables, and different things. That's why doctors and specialists, they recommend that you have to take these fruits and vegetables which are available in that particular season and also in that particular region or in your area, defined area. Then you will have the necessary vitamin content readily available as fresh from the nature. And we don't need the synthetic components or take it as a substitutes or supplements. While coming to the next important component that helps in building up the immunity in our system, that is the alkaline based minerals, that means the calcium, magnesium, zinc, the iron, potassium. These are all alkaline based minerals. These are very important because if we maintain our body in acid conditions, so if you have food only acid food, so that may lead to acidosis. Acidosis will lead to severe problems like osteoporosis and several other diseases. That means when we continuously take only acid food, that means higher level of acid food daily in our food, then our body is very intelligent. It extracts the alkaline minerals like calcium, magnesium, and this zinc and all from our bones. This happens continuously for years together. Then bones become porous. That's why it is called osteoporosis. And when the bones become porous, they become weak. Means everyone is likely to get fractures very easily, and people get hunch at a very early age. Means they look very old, and also we lose tooth at a very early age. At 30, 40 itself, we start losing the permanent tooth also. So all these things happen. So to increase the immunity, we should have the alkaline mineral content component. In addition to these vitamins and minerals, we also need antioxidants in our food, which are present in plenty, in abundant quantity in our vegetarian food, that means fruits and vegetables, all the color fruits and vegetables, that means the so-called rainbow food. It is having antioxidants. Each color, as we earlier discussed, it is an energy vibration. energy frequency. So it is necessary for our maintenance of our physical body as well as our subtle bodies to maintain our energy levels. So the antioxidants, they are available plenty in our the plant food in the form of phytochemicals, beta carotenes, and flavonoids. These are all very essential to take it as food instead of taking them as supplements or by some other means. So that's why building up our immunity is very vital in the present day situation to tackle the health problems for any one of us, irrespective of our region or country. The whole world is looking forward for having immunity now through vaccines also, by increasing our immunity level. So while coming to the another aspect, so far we have covered about the energy sources coming from directly from sun, and also prana coming from different five elements, what we take through our food, and also the materialistic aspects, what are present in the vegetarian food, that is a chlorophyll component and its benefits, which are exclusively only for plant food or the vegetarian food, because chlorophyll is not present in any other type of food, animal food and all. And the fiber content, as we discussed, that is also materialistic. It gives our physical body the strength and the functioning of our systems, organ systems. And while coming to the other alkalinity, it is also confined to our physical body. All these components are helping our physical body. The vegetarian aspect, the vegetarian food also helps us to give us mental health also. That means the food what we choose has got the emotional aspects. That means if we take the green food, that means the rainbow food, that means the plant food, it's having the sattva guna, that means the quality of the mind, pure and soft, sober, that means love, compassion, kindness. These are all the qualities of mind of when we take more of the vegetarian food. These qualities we imbibe. Rather, these are qualities are promoted through the vegetarian food, which is very important. That is the plant source. While coming to the other quality of the mind, that is Rajaguna, that means more emotions, that means negative emotions. It's not positive emotion. That means the anger, fear, the hatredness, or the jealousy. These are all different negative emotions. That is called Rajaguna. These are, that means the nervous system is stimulated to get the more Rajaguna when we take the animal-based products, or even the some items which are more fried or more burnt on fire directly, or charred or fried deep, are also having more the spicy food. So the Rajaguna is increased. So we should restrict that Rajaguna and prefer to take only sattvic food, that means the vegetarian food, the plant food, components of fruits and vegetables, and the green sprouts and all. And the third category of food which encourages neither positive nor negative, that means zero energy level, that means the tamoguna. If we take food which are the preserved foods, which are kept in cans or kept in cold storage or deep fridge, frozen foods, and even mushrooms, and the animal-based products or the fish which are preserved, all these things increase the tamoguna, that means the quality of the laziness or the dullness. This is the third aspect. So food component, it affects our emotions. So we have to take the food which is having the sattvic guna, that means positive energy, and confine to limits for Rajaguna, which is also somewhat important, but at the same time, the food which is enhancing the Tamoguna, which includes the food like liquors, alcohol, all these items, they encourage the Tamoguna. So we should be very careful in choosing our food, because we are what we eat or what we take, what we drink. That's why we should be very careful in choosing the food. And it is nowadays, it is very easy for a common man, even an uneducated person, to choose food which is available in the market. That means the government of India, FSSI, it encourages, it puts the symbol, a green dot in a green square, which indicates the plant origin food, the plant food. And if there is a mark of red dot in a red square on any food item which is manufactured or marketed in the country, it will have this mark, is an identity mark. That means the origin of it, the source of it is animal. So it is the, for example, the pet foods, they put, definitely they have to put the red category mark, red symbol, red dot in red square, while the products, all the vegetarian or plant-based products, including rice or the pulses, everything, all the food items, they are marked with the green square filled with green dot. While coming to the next component, that means this is, so far we have discussed the benefits of having food which affects our health, physical health and also mental health. Now we are coming to the vegetarian food having the another important component, that means ahimsa, that means non-violence. The plant food is non-violent food. There is no violence involved in the plant food. Whereas any animal-based product, that means where there is involvement of the violence aspect, that means the animal is killed, so it is injured or tortured, or so there the problem, that sort of food what we take, it will affect not only our physical, mental, it also affects our spirit, the soul growth or soul development also it gets affected. So we should consider, because WHO definition of the holistic health means it is not only physical, it is physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and social, and also environmental. So we should follow the ahimsa. Ahimsa is the greatest virtue. Ahimso paramo dharmaha. We should allow, live and let live. So this is the slogan. We should live and also let live all the other animal beings or birds or fish. And the most important component, finally, what is more important than even earlier ones, that is the plant food is environmental friendly. That means it's very safe to the environment, because plant food, if we choose, it will reduce the pollution problems, pollution of air and water, the levels are reduced as compared to if we choose an animal-based product. That means we are increasing the pollution problems through the farmhouses or the poultry farms or even the slaughterhouses, the air pollution or the water pollution, this is all increasing. So we should choose only plant food, because it reduces the pollution problem and also it reduces the wastage of nearly almost 70% of drinking water globally. It will conserve. If you opt or choose the animal-based product, that means we are wasting about 70% of our drinking water, which is very scarce commodity nowadays, in future also. And the plant-based products, it reduces the global warming, whereas the animal-based products, if we are encouraging, it increases the global warming. Now this is the greatest problem the earth is facing. That means the temperatures are increasing day by day, year after year, and the sea levels are increasing because of melting of the ice caps, the north and south pole, and also it reduces the plant-based products. If you choose, it reduces the problems of deforestation. So it is very important because now the deforestation is another threat for the earth, and more than all these things, either directly or indirectly, plant-based products, it's very environmental friendly because it reduces the natural calamities which are occurring nowadays in the form of earthquakes or the tsunamis or the cyclones, forest fires, or any other similar nature-oriented. Because if we increase the choosing the animal-based product, means we are encouraging or we are supporting the destruction of the environment, which is very important because the all these components what we have discussed so far, they are all highly scientific in the vegetarianism. So the two direct, there are types of benefits we have discussed. That is the direct benefits. That means what we get directly, individualistic. That is our holistic health, which is health for the body, mind, emotions, soul, and also the second benefit. This is the collective benefit. That means the indirect benefit. That means the environmental safetiness, because the environment, if we can protect, it will enable the future generations, future humanity to live happily on the planet Earth. So this is, in short, very important, which I feel that I should share to all of you, my friends, my masters. And these are the scientific aspects about the vegetarianism. That's why we should encourage plant-based products, and the whole world is looking for immunity, which is very much necessary and possible by encouraging the plant-based product. That means vegetarian food. I hope you have enjoyed this brief. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Given a wonderful insight into the
Yeah.
science of
Yes.
vegetarianism.
Yes, sir.
You have outlined all the benefits to us on the physical and mental level also. And but certainly this particular talk will bring a lot of awareness to those who listen to this particular presentation.
Yes. Yes.
It will bring a lot of awareness, especially of the environmental side.
Yes.
People may not be aware of the negative effects on environment. So with your talk, sir, most of them will know on the negative consequences of this non-waste based food, because
Yes.
farming, they're doing a lot of deforestation.
Yes, sir.
In the Brazil, Amazon jungles are cut for nobody's business to do animal farming. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation. Now, let me invite my co-host, Master Chandra Rao, to take over to take questions from the audience. Thank you, sir, once more time. Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Namaskaram, Dr.
Namaste, sir. Namaste.
Dharmagaru.
Namaskar,
Okay,
sir.
thank you very much for enlightening us with vegetarianism, science of vegetarianism. Fantastic, Doctor. You have given us an in-depth meaning of vegetarianism. Thank you.
So I should endorse and thank you, all of you, and the Malaysian team, and Lakshman sir, and also you, and my colleagues, and Venugopal Reddy, and Sujana, and Sai Kumar Reddy, and all our team members and the pyramid masters of PSC.
Thank you.
Thanks to Brahmarshi Patriji for giving me this opportunity to meet all of you and exchange these views. Thank you.
Yeah, great, Doctor. Okay, let us open for Q&A. Masters, if you have any questions, please take this opportunity to get your clarification from Doctor. Any questions, please? Okay, while they are preparing their questions, let me come up with one question, Doctor. See, just now I mentioned that processed food is not really healthy for body. Okay, how about cooked? Cooking is also kind of processing, Doctor,
Yeah.
because to my understanding, vegetables which are being given heat, it will lose all the vitamins. So please enlighten us with the
Yeah, you are absolutely right. It's a very important point what you have raised. Fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, if we can take them directly as salads or the juices or the green juices or fruit juices, the digestion is fast. It assimilates in our blood more easily, and body accepts it very easily. And when we cook the food, and in the modern style of cooking, that means cooking at very high temperatures,
Yeah.
or to microwave, your question, what you have asked is very relevant. Fresh food is always preferred. It is necessary to take fresh food. Fresh is always welcome, because after the invention of Kerala photography, people have taken the pictures of the fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, and also food after cooking. There is a lot of difference. So after cooking, the aura is reduced, the energy field is reduced.
Correct.
And the fresh fruit means it is full of aura, whether it is a vegetable or a fruit or even a green sprouts, a germinating seed. These are all having life. The life force can be now seen through aura. So that is established fact that we should take only fresh fruits, but
Fresh fruit.
not fresh fruits or vegetables and all these salads, a different fresh form.
Yeah.
If it is all the time may not be possible, to a great extent, we should minimize cooking.
Yeah,
And
correct.
we should avoid too much of cooking through microwave and also over boiling or over frying, because higher temperatures, if you do this burning of these things, whether vegetables or animal, any food items, so it is when it is turning into carbon charcoal, it becomes activated charcoal. It may be the cause for the cancer. So the fresh fruit means it is very safe, very easy to digest also. Fresh
Correct.
juices and all these things will take only a few hours, 5 to 6 hours to digest. Whereas cooking will take 12 hours, even 18, 16 hours, it will completely taken, digested. Whereas
Correct.
if it is preserved and animal-based products, it takes 48 to 72 hours. So the more digestion. So in the process, the fresh vegetables or fresh fruits or vegetarian food, it passes to the system without any infection or without any digestion problems. Whereas if it is delayed more than 24 hours in our system, it starts putrefying. Putrefaction is different. Fermentation is different. So fermentation is okay, necessary to a certain extent, but putrefaction is very dangerous because it encourages the harmful bacteria. So our system should have useful bacteria, not the harmful bacteria. So fresh vegetables or fresh fruit juices and fresh things, germinating seeds especially, they are highly essential for even the sportsmen. Nowadays, even sports people are encouraging only vegetarian food because of the vitality, vigor, and also the challenges what they have to face. The alertness and flexibility comes because of vegetarian food. It is very helpful in all respects, especially for students, the children, who are in the education field. They also need to take this because their mind should be fresh, their thoughts should be fresh, and also their emotions should be positive. Then they remember more things and then reproduce, also recollect all these mental psychic functions. They will happen if they take positive food. You know that our ancestors, when they were taking only positive food, that means animal-based, not animal-based products, but the fresh fruits, that yogic food, that means fruits and vegetables, they are able to remember the Vedas, thousands of these scriptures a test without any writing or even memory or this the memory cards or these books and all. Our ancestors were not having. It's only carried from mind to mind. It's only because of the active and fresh fruits and sattvic food. So sattvic includes purity. Purity is very much essential in our food, in our day-to-day life, which increases our immunity, because we know that our lifespan of present day, because of so many other problems and lack of immunity, our ancestors, they used to live for 150, 200 years even. Even earlier, they used to live for centuries. So it's very important. Food is the most important component. And yogis, they are all living for hundreds of years because of only yogic food, sattvic food. It's very much important. So your question is highly appreciated.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Fantastic.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Masters, any other questions, Masters? Please raise your hand. Okay, one more question, Doctor. Maybe Master still. How about eating dry food, Doctor?
Yeah, it's also equally important, because in certain areas like desert areas, they may not get fresh fruits all the time. So it is very essential. And dry fruits like almonds or the cashew or this ficus, all these fruits, when they are in a dried form, even the khajur, what you call dates, they are highly helpful, because people live for days, weeks together on dry fruits. In spite of the problems what they have, food supply of fresh food, and also the lack of water availability, dry fruits help a lot. And if you can make some of the fruits sprout and then take, is much more vital, because that gives more vitality. Like almonds, if you sprout them and then eat, they are having more vitality, much more energetic. That's very essential. It's a very nice question. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Masters, please raise some questions. It's a great opportunity for us to get some clarity on vegetarianism, science of vegetarianism. Please come in.
Yeah, Master, they already raised their hands, Master Maniam is there. Invite him.
Oh, yeah, correct. Okay, Master Maniam Garu, please come in. Please unmute.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah. It's visible. Okay. Yeah, not audible, visible.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for
My
giving good information on vegetarian for the Malaysian masters. I got one question to ask, Doctor. See, most of the time, and I tell our colleagues or friends that to become a vegetarian, but then still they are saying that, no, I went and visited the doctor. The doctor asked me to take fish because my body is weak, or the doctor asked me to take some meats. So how to overcome this problem, Doctor?
Doctors prescribe certain foods based on their nutrition value. That means the caloric value, because when we go to a dietitian or a nutritionist, they look from that angle of the carbohydrate or protein or the source of that particular item, and also vitamins and all. They try to supplement from the synthetic or the source. But we always should remember, when we take the vegetarian food, that means fresh food, plant food, from in the form of fruits or vegetables or these things, you get not only the direct component, that means a vitamin. Suppose you want to vitamin A, you take carrots. So besides that, you also get so many antioxidants. You get so much of fiber content, so much of other pigments, and maybe chlorophyll. Along with these things, all these things have got medicinal value. So the holistic approach is very important. So that's what we have to go, because the whole world is looking for immunity and holistic health. It is not just mere the physical health, what we have to focus, it is the most, because more than 10% of Indian population, they lack the mental health. That's what the report has come 2 years back. So that means mental health is also very important. So the emotional health is much more important. We should have a balance, emotional balance. So under the given situations, only plant food or the sattvic food or the fresh fruits and all, they will only help. The other foods, what at times they recommend, animal-based or refined products, they stimulate your negative energies. That means negative energies. So as a result, our energies deplete, we lose immunity. So immunity building is more important. So from that context, this is the only right source of the holistic approach and positive energy, which is very much needed to all the humanity, irrespective of age or the sex, whether they are gender, and also irrespective of region or the country. The whole world is looking for vegetarianism or the plant-based foods. In fact, so many companies which are now, so far they were going on the production of animal-based products. They are converting their factories into plant-based products. They are making vegetarian food. They are making vegetarian burgers, vegetarian pizzas, and also they are making something like impossible food. That means it may look like the food what they like, but the components are only plant products. So that means this will help a long way to carry the life in all respects, as physically, mentally, and also emotionally. And we can never ignore the spiritual component of it, because it is also very important, because we are all human beings, are soul oriented, whether it may be a baby soul or a infant soul or a other soul. So we have to progress, evolve. So that is very important. And more important means we should live in the present situation, present moment. So when we have to live in the present moment, that means we should have a balance of mind. So if you use more of mind, which is always either in the past or future, that means that food will not help us. And nowadays people are, for whatever reasons, they are also got habituated or addicted to the food which are lethargic. That means tamasaguna foods. There is alcohol or the beverages are constantly taking the preserved foods, the canned foods. They are having the acidity problem as well as the tamoguna. Means you are taking away the energy, you are driving away the energy. We should build up our energies. We should build up our resistance. We should build up our immunity problem, immunity health.
Okay.
And this is very important to look forward. Under certain circumstances, some doctors may recommend that too under certain conditions. For a pregnant woman where she cannot digest a particular type of food, that may be the reason why they are recommending.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor. We have a final question from Master Kesavan.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Doctor, for the good sharing and valuable information. I have a last two questions. First is, what are the different organic food and non-organic food in terms of the nutrition and our well-being? Is there any impact on the body if we are taking the non-organic foods for long term, which were vegetarianism? Then my second question is, how about the B12 deficiency? B12 is not found in our vegetables. So the B12 vitamin is important for our nerve system, which I know nerve system in our eyes as well. So these are two questions I need to clarify, Doctor.
Yeah. While coming to the food, the organic food and non-organic food, I have worked in pesticide companies for years together. So whatever the farmers are growing nowadays, they are using a lot of pesticides as well as fertilizers. So if they are using excess of them, on which we have no control, and we are eating all that food in different forms. So nowadays, Government of India as well as the WHO, they are encouraging the food production by not using the synthetic fertilizers and also pesticides to a great extent, reduce them. So have the organic food, organic basis, that means using only some plant-based products to kill or manage the pest levels without harming the natural enemies. So the natural ecosystem is maintained. So like that, the organic foods are highly preferred, no doubt. While coming to the component what you have mentioned about B12, which is, of course, it is available in non-vegetarian food, but that is not the issue. But if you take that non-vegetarian food, you are sacrificing so much of your immunity, so much of your consciousness, so much of your spiritual growth, so much of your mental and emotional balances. You are sacrificing all that. At the same time, the alternative is available. The food which is kept, suppose you have rice, you soak it in water, and by next day morning, it will have plenty of B12 generated in the food. That may be wheat, dalia, whatever you cook tonight, or rice, and you keep it and add some buttermilk or something to become more fermenting. So all the fermented foods, what we take in our Eastern countries like idlis and all these things, they have plenty of B12. So then when there are so much of alternatives are available in vegetarian food, why going and killing some other organism and then claiming that we have B12? So for sake of our B12, they should not be targeted and killed. That is himsa. We should not promote himsa because we promote only ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Because we are human beings. We are almost equal to God, or we are nothing but God in another way. So we should protect them. Because there is always, if you go to Google and search, there is always the things are there. If you go to PETA and such organizations, they say, why love some animals and why kill animals? Some animals. So suppose you love pet animals like cats and all. At the same time, you are eating some other animal, which is having almost everything. They also have sense organs, they have brain, they have emotions, they have life to spend. They enjoy life with you. And this also wants to enjoy life with you. They want to have their life. Why not you adopt the policy of live and let live? Why this B12 problem?
Yes.
There is no
Thank you.
B12 problem. There's so many alternatives are available in the vegetarian
Correct.
food. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Doctor. Actually, I am a vegetarian also. Last 3 months. Yeah, I'm a vegetarian also. Last joined PSSM. Last 3 months. Yeah, that's my curious on that.
Very nice. Yes, sir.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much, Master Kesavan. Thank you very
My
much.
great pleasure to all of you.
Thank
My
you.
great thanks to Brahmash Bhatriji for giving this unique opportunity, and all my Spiritual India team members for having
Thank
a
you.
nice and fruitful and useful discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
I
Doctor.
look forward for many more occasions like this. Thank you.
We will invite you in some other time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Dr. Sharma Garu.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for accepting our invitation.
Last but not least, as I told that we are promoting the Mission Shakahar. That means we promote only Shakahar because we talk positive. We promote only Shakahar, Sattvic food. We don't talk about the negative energy food because that is one day or the other it is going to kill us. So we don't want to discuss at all. That's why in my presentation I used almost no non-vegetarian or the animal-based product. So animal-based, that means, so we should promote ahimsa. So ahimsa is our main power to win the world.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Masters. We will
Yes,
end
sir.
the session by today, and see you all next time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.